Now, let's circle back to the law. I know that you are technically married in the Catholic tradition, but you are not yet married in the eyes of the Church of Maria Oswald. So without further ado, let's get you married. Are you ready? Before we get down to business, I think we need to cover some background. Review the preamble of your relationship, so to speak. Where did the path of a soccer star Trinity Western prodigy intersect with a rogue finance shark? Well, let me tell you. It all started on or about 7 years ago at the Allard School of Allard Law at Allard Hall. I've been informed by an anonymous yet reliable source that Dalton noticed Sarah on his very first day of law school in September 2015. He was mesmerized. Now, Sarah probably didn't see Dalton for a couple of weeks because he usually sat at the back of the class recovering from the previous night's debauchery. When Sarah finally did notice Dalton, they were instantly drawn to one another. Sarah was, I'm told, attracted to Dalton's kindness, roguish good looks, his quirky sense of humor that keeps her laughing to this day. Dalton was equally attracted to Sarah because of her devilish, up-to-no-good grin, intellect, eviscerating sense of humor, and soccer calves. To the frustration and chagrin of their mutual friends, it took until the very last month of law school before Dalton and Sarah started dating. Their first date, I'm told, was confusing for a number of reasons, but mostly because their friend Braden was also in attendance. Dalton asked Sarah to be his girlfriend on the 1st of May 2018 on the slopes of Whistler, of course, and she agreed with an enthusiastic, sure. And they've never looked back. So here we are today, having lived through a global pandemic, the death of the Queen, the tragedy that was Manchester United's last season, and you two still want to be together for the rest of your lives. For it's easy to be a good partner when times are good, but the person you marry is the person you want to be there when times not only are good times, but also when times get tough. It's the person you want to binge watch Ted Lasso with, and who you know won't judge you for sobbing through the entire episode, Dalton. It's the person you want to walk around the block with, again and again and again. It's the person you always want to come home to.
A few years ago, Sarah started law school. It was the first time I ever heard the name Dalton. And it happened one night because we were sitting around and we were talking about tattoos. And Sarah said, "Do you want to see a really hilarious tattoo?" And I said, "Sure." So she pulled up some guy's Instagram, and there was a self-drawn tattoo of something, and the description just said, "It's a bus." I said, like, "Whose is that?" And she said, "Oh, just this Dalton." And I said, "Who's Dalton?" And she said, "Just a really funny colleague." I said, "Okay." Over the next 2 years, Dalton's name would occasionally pop up in our house, and on social media, pictures of the two of them together became the norm. It appears that Allard School of Law often held Friday classes at Whistler Mountain. Again, I would occasionally inquire if there was anything more I should know about this relationship, and Sarah would again just respond, "No, he's just my colleague," in her usual non-elaborating way. But at the end of that year, our family was away on a bike trip, and I found Sarah rummaging through a souvenir store. And I said, "What are you looking for?" And she goes, "I'm looking for a present for Dalt." And I thought, okay, he also dropped her off at 5:30 in the morning, so something's going on here. So I finally looked at her and I said, "Sarah, can we now say that Dalton is maybe more than just a colleague?" And she tried really hard to stay cool, but she had the widest grin ever. And she just said, "Yeah, he's a little more than a colleague."
Dalton, you are my best friend and the love of my life. There is no greater happiness for me than marrying you. People say that relationships are difficult and that love is hard work. And honestly, I just can't relate at all, because our relationship is just the easiest thing. And every day with you is the most fun. Since we met 7 years ago, there's been no one who has made me smile more or laugh harder. And although that first meeting was not the start of our love story, it was the beginning of the deepest friendship I've ever known.
Sarah, I love you so much. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I can't imagine my world without you in it. You're my best friend. You're always on my mind. You're what I look forward to at the end of each day. I have so much respect for you. You're kind, thoughtful, you're patient. Not that you need to be dating me. And you make me laugh constantly. I admire the way you care so deeply for those around you, including me. You encourage me to always be me. You give me the freedom I need, and you bring me a joy and fulfillment that I haven't felt before. These past 4.5 years with you have been the best of my life. I love our relationship. I love that we communicate in the same way, that we're playful, that we don't get defensive with each other, and always assume the best.
You are just the most special person to me, and you are the perfect partner. You are honest and kind and thoughtful. You are a source of joy in every room. You are also clever and wily. Your antics have kept me laughing for many years, both with you and at you. And they'll keep me laughing for many more to come. You truly know me better than I know myself. You understand and accept that every task must become a competition, that I will be paralyzed with indecision at a grocery store, and that I am highly skeptical of most things. And yet, there is nothing I am more certain of than us being together forever. Just as I know there is no world in which we wouldn't have found each other, because you are the perfect person for me and my soul's match.
I feel like I have everything with you. There's nothing else I want, and there's nothing else I need. I'm so happy, Sarah, and I vow to always try to make you happy, and to make you laugh, or at least cringe. I vow to put you before anyone else. I vow to never leave you in easy or difficult times. I vow to stay faithful to you, to cherish you, to love you, to protect you in your heart, and I vow to always make sure that you know just how adored you are.
I promise to support you, to appreciate you, and to love you in good times and in bad, to always take care of you, to be your source of laughter or eye rolls, as the case may be, and your shoulder to cry on during challenging times or particularly emotional episodes of any TV show ever. I promise to be your #1 fan and your closest confidant and your partner in all things, life, adventure, potentially crime. And of course, I promise to be your very best friend through it all. I love you so much, and I could not be more excited to be your wife.
I love you, Sarah. You're everything to me. You're the highlight of my life, and I can't wait to spend the rest of it with you.